Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. Let's talk about Grace for a minute. My disdain for the character. I've made it no secret that, let's be honest, I really cannot stand her. Um, I get that she's Paris' mother and she doesn't like Carter for X and Y reasons. I get that. But the way that she's going about it is what's pissing me off. It's what is why I'm calling her, and I'm not the only person. Is why I'm calling her overbearing. She's doing way too much. Okay. On top of that, you're basically undermining your daughter. You're sitting there saying that she's too stupid, too immature, um, to deal with her own issues. If Carter is such a bad idea and a bad influence, then your smart, successful daughter is gonna see right through him. On top of that, she keeps Nita talking about, like the stuff that happened with Zoe. Zoe was trash. Okay? And it's like Grace makes it seem like this woman is blameless. When I came in, I started watching this. Zoe was flirting with Zende, um, which caused their breakup to happen. Now I don't know what happened after that, but Zoe wasn't innocent in that whole thing. I don't like the fact that Grace is literally stepping in and trying to solve a problem, or trying to solve a problem that in reality isn't her place. Yeah, I get it. That's her mother. That's her daughter and everything like that. But it comes to a certain point where it's like your daughter can handle this. She doesn't need you sitting there taking over and trying to control the situation. That's the part that's well. On top of that, I mean, she's willing to sit there and get this man fired, and I am not a fan of cutting off somebody's source of income just to get your way because you don't think that he's good enough for your daughter. That whole thing just. Mm. And what she does today, with this whole telling Zende to, propose to my daughter, and I talk to her, so next time you ask her, she'll sit there and say yes, sweetheart. If you are that much into Zende, why don't you ask him out? If he's such this perfect guy, this, that, and the third, why don't you ask him out? Because to be honest, you're coming across as creepy as hell. I mean, let's be very clear. If, if it the roles were reversed, genders were reversed, and a man was not there coming up to, a woman, a younger woman, like, oh, my son is good for you, and I really sit there and think you should. You understand how creepy that would sit there and come across? I did not like this woman's attitude at all. But yeah, she's pretty much pushing him to, propose to her again. Even though that Zende was like, I don't know, it's such a good idea. I mean, she wasn't up for it last time, and she kept saying she wants to keep things casual. But Grace, in her infinite wisdom, clearly knows what's best. As I say that with total sarcasm. Um, these two idiots, Carter and Paris. I mean, this story vexes me for so many reasons, but more importantly, Carter keeps doing this whole I don't think you should be with me. I think you should be with Zende because Zende can give you the life that you want and I can't and I'll just drag you down. Bro, why don't you just man up and tell her the real reason why you can't be with her? Why don't you just do that? I don't understand that. And the sad thing is that Paris is probably going to be a little upset when she finds out the reason why Carter kept holding back on being in the in a relationship with her. keeps doing this BS, and I don't understand how this character is written because he knows that this woman is threatening to practically get him fired, and yet you are in this fantasy land with this dingbat of a girl kissing her, this, that, and third, and then today you're like, oh, we can't do this. You are literally giving me a migraine with this back and forth. Oh, we can't be together because this, that, and the third. Just tell her the goddamn. uh, that character vexes me. And then Grace starts practically banging down the door. Cynthia saying, well, you need to open up this door now. It's like, wow, this woman, this woman's fire. This woman's confidence knows no bounds. Literally, practically banging down the door. Paris is all like scared, like, oh, and by the way, they said that they love each other. So, that's something I'm gonna have a good laugh after this whole after I do this review because wow. So yeah, that happened. Brooke decided that she's just and it's I guess it's kind of ironic. I don't want to say it's funny. It's kind of ironic that I did put in my thumbnail that she practically said that she gives up, and that's literally what she does. She's like, "Yo, listen, I made a decision. I'm I want you to be able to tell her. Being with her, she's literally saying, I'm not going to fight for this marriage anymore. Um, and she's going to give him a divorce. And I'm like, I was happy for a couple reasons. I was happy because I didn't want this whole thing to drag out and, I'm going to fight for my marriage every day. This whole, I didn't want to deal with that. I felt like that was just going to be annoying as hell. And that's number one. Number two, maybe you kind of realize that you kind of hurt this man one too many times. And I get it. He's hurt her also. But that's probably more reason for you two probably to not be together. Because just all that. And again, this isn't the first time that she's done, um, stuff like that to Rich. So she kind of realized, you know what? She loves him so much that she'd rather him be happy with somebody else than to be miserable with her. And he's kind of speechless. He doesn't really know what to say. He asks like, how do we get here? And I'm like, bro, I I I think we're past the point of asking questions like that. Just hug her and send for your stuff and do that. I mean, he still cares about her, which is great, but yeah, this whole thing is over, and it's probably best for everyone to just kind of let that go. Um, Now Thomas is sitting there thinking about, well, not telling the truth, feeling kind of guilty, and Steffi comes in. Steffi is going in on Brooke like she always does, but she's not happy that Thomas is not matching her usual energy of agreeing and saying, yes, Brooke is a bad person, this, that, and third. Instead, he defends her by Smith saying that, she was drinking. Sad part is that it really doesn't matter if she was drinking or not. Because, again, and I said this yesterday, regardless if she was drinking, she could have just been drinking alone. The fact that you kept inviting him or you kept allowing him to come to the house to the point where he felt like it was okay to keep doing that led to that. So, in the end, Thomas feels guilty about not telling the truth about why Brooke was drinking, but in reality, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything. Like it really, and I'm pretty sure Sheila said that also. And Steffi said that today, more or less. She was like, yo, listen, regardless, um, all that stuff led up to it. And of course, she bashes Brooke like she usually does. And, Thomas doesn't really say much after that because, I mean, who can really get a word in edgewise when Steffi starts talking? So, there's all that. Anyway, I feel like that's about it, more or less. Yeah. I want to thank everyone for watching. Be safe. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. And, yeah, I'll see you in the next video.